What is going on, Wix Nation? MPS here from Wix Training Academy, and today I'll be showing you how to create a base level streaming service here in Wix. I know this was one of the video requests on my community post on YouTube, so I'm going to go ahead and fulfill it. And this video is actually kind of special to me because this marks the last video I will ever make from college in my college housing. My girlfriend and I are actually moving out to Charlotte, North Carolina this Tuesday to finish out the rest of the semester online. So it's pretty exciting stuff. I want to thank you all that were part of the journey from high school to college, and now you're with me on the next chapter of life as well. And hey, if you haven't already, because it has been a long journey, we've had so much content and so much more to go, it would be awesome if you click that subscribe button and turn those bell notifications on so you never miss any content. And hey, you'll also join the largest Wix training community on the internet. It's a pretty cool place to be, and I'd love to have you here. But without further ado, let's jump into how to create a streaming style website here on Wix. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you a very base level of creating this, and I need to make a few important notes before we begin. First, I am not going for design on this video. I'm going strictly for development and functionality to show you how to at least get it started. Secondly, what you need to know is that this streaming style website is not going to be utilized in a way of you uploading your own personal content to your internal database. You are going to have to utilize, at least for the time being, until Wix can start to accept higher and larger file sizes in their databases, you're going to need to use a third-party service like YouTube or Vimeo to actually kickstart your streaming service. So, for example, if you have your own, we'll call it Netflix original, right? But whatever the name of your business is, etc. What you can do is you can actually create a YouTube channel and you can make it unlisted on YouTube and then pull the unlisted link, and I'll show you how to do all that. So that way you upload all of your actual content to YouTube, but it'll actually feed into your website. Again, at the moment, you can upload very small videos to your internal database in Wix, but not large enough to actually go ahead and create a streaming website. In addition, there is another way you can create a streaming website without going the completely custom way, which I was going to show you the custom way first, and then because you guys are here watching this video, I was going to show you the secondary way, which is a much quicker and easier way, but you have a little less control over certain elements. So for starters, let's start with the custom way. This is using Corvid by Wix, the development tools, to get started. So in order for you to do this, what you're first going to have to do is, well, first and foremost, we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to create a page. We're going to call this, we'll just add a blank page here, and then we'll call this videos. Okay, so this will be your videos page. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to add, and then we are going to go to lists and grids, and then we are going to choose one of these. So what this is going to act as is this is going to act as your repeater. So you're going to have to choose which style you like here, because your video is going to be displayed in this. So that way you can display multiple videos from the database at one time without having to manually do it. So dynamically. So you're going to have to choose how you'll want your videos displayed. I'm just going to go ahead and pull this one for right now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, like I said, very minimally design here, and I'm just going to design it a little bit. And now I'm going to get rid of certain things because I'm not going to need this image, but something I will do is I will keep this here because this will be the title we'll use. And then I am going to keep this, whoops, we don't want that. And then I am going to keep this because this will be the description we use for the video. However, as you can see, in order for us to actually display a video, we need a video here. So I'm going to increase the size of the repeater. I'm going to go back to add, and I'm going to go down to video, and I'm going to choose this video upload function here, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the title and the description, and I'm going to put it to the right of the video. I'm going to resize the video a little bit, make it a little larger, and then we're going to bring the title and the description over here. Once again, do not critique the design here. I'm not going for good design. I'm going to show you functionality. So now we've got a video, we have an acting title, and we've got an acting description. So what we have to do now is we have to turn on our Corvid development tools. We're going to turn that on. We're going to get started. I'm going to shrink these aspects of the tools right now. Bam. And then I'm going to drag that over. And there we go. Now what we're going to do, and you could choose the tools here. You could see properties panel, hidden events. You can choose what tools you're going to use. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Content Manager. And this is where we actually add our database. We're going to create new collection. And you can see there's a whole bunch of new sample databases. I'm going to go straight from scratch, click blank, and I'm going to name this videos. And then what's this site collection for? I'm going to choose site content. What site content means is the admin is the only person that could add, edit, delete, and upload to the database, but anyone can view the content. So I'm going to press site content. Now, if you want to create a members only style streaming service, it's a whole different path, and I'd be happy to show you that in a different video. Comment below this video and let me know if that's something you'd like to see. And since we're mid-video, why don't you go ahead and give us a thumbs up. I'd love it, appreciate it, and it helps the YouTube algorithm. So now we're going to create collection. And this is going to be very easy. We are going to create 3 fields in our collection. As you guys know, if you've been following my tutorials for any bit of time now, the title field here is default. You can't remove this. If you want to use it, you can. I always just start from scratch, use my own. First one we are going to name here is video title. This is going to be a text field. That's that text I showed you. The next thing we are going to name is video description. I'm going to make this rich text, and essentially that just means I have the ability to actually customize the style of text, the font, the color, the boldness, underline, all that good stuff. So I'm going to use that as rich text. Now this is the last part, and this is the key component. Because you're going to have to use a third-party service like YouTube or Vimeo, it means you have to take the link and actually feed the link through this database to upload as your video field, right? So what I mean by this is since you can't natively upload larger file sizes in Wix databases yet, which is typically most videos. If you shoot any type of quality video, it's going to have a heavier file size than what the Wix databases allow. And this is something they are working on, but as they constantly improve storage and databases, you'll see this move along with it. But at the time, you can't. So you're going to need to utilize YouTube or Vimeo. And what you'll have to do is you'll have to use the URL. So what we're going to type in here is video URL. So essentially, and we're going to change the field type to URL. Essentially what you're going to have to do is anytime you're about to add a new video, a new movie, a new original to your streaming service, you're going to have to upload to one of those streaming services, Vimeo or YouTube, and make it unlisted. You don't want it private because in private it won't display. But if you have it unlisted, you're good to go. And then you'll make it unlisted and you'll pull the URL and you'll actually post the title, the description, and the URL in your database rather than actually uploading a video into your database. So now we've got our 3 fields set here. I'm going to X this out and we are going to add content elements to our page. We need a data set. This is the glue. This is what connects the database to the actual dynamic data here. So we click data set. No one can actually see this. So on the live site, people won't be able to see this. So we'll click settings. We want this to connect to the videos database. We want it to be read-only, which means people can only view it. And now the number of items to display, you have to choose this. How many items, how many videos do you want displayed on this page. Now, I will also have to do another video on pagination and showing you guys how to add like a solid pagination system to flip between pages, because likely you're not going to want one rolling page of 100 videos. So we'll just keep it at, we'll say 10 for right now. You only want 10 videos displayed on this page, which means only 10 will be displayed, but you can change this number at any time to whatever you'd like. So now we got that. Now what we have to do is actually connect the items in the repeater to the data. So to be clear, how this works is you can see this is a repeater. So whatever's repeated up here will be repeated down here in terms of design. However, the beautiful thing is once we connect these items to our database, it's dynamic data. So it'll change per each line item in the database. So now we'll go ahead and we'll click this new squiggly button, connect to data. We will connect it to our videos data set, and video title, you don't have to choose this one, but what you need to choose is video source connects to video URL, and it lines up with our database. Then we'll go through and we'll simply click our connect to data again, and we will text connects to video title, bingo, and then we will do video description connects to video description, and that's rich text. And you'll notice it's connected when it turns green like that, and you've got a set and successful connection. So now what we just did is we just literally created the backbone framework for this, but I'm going to show you how it works. All right, so I'm going to go to YouTube real quick, and I'm going to grab one of my videos. Let's see here. What one do we want to grab? We're going to choose a video. We're doing this together, guys. All right, so I'm going to go in here, and I will do top 5 underrated Wix apps you probably don't know. I'm going to click that. Then what you're going to do, this is the surefire, easy way I found to do this. You'll click this share button. You could just pull the YouTube URL from the top of the page, but in case you want to start it at a certain point, it's good to have it. And then you press copy on the link. This is the embed link, right? So now we've got that. But what we have to do is we actually have to go to our content manager, go to our videos database, and you'll have to upload it. So what we have to do is let it load first and foremost. And we'll title this Top 5 Underrated Wix Apps. Video description, you can see with rich text, you actually have styling. So we'll just say top 5, and then you can come in here and you can actually add bullets, Wix galore, Wix video, which is the next app I'm about to show you. And bam, it works just like that. And you can style it. And then lastly, I'm going to take that URL, I'm going to paste it in here, and then bam. Now what we just did is we just saved this data to our sandbox database. What you need to know is you have two databases here in Wix. You have your sandbox. Think of this as your playground database. This is your one to enter sample data, mess around, test stuff in your editor. The moment you switch over to your live database is the moment that data actually goes live on your published website and is actually displayed. So make sure you know the difference. If you want, once you publish your video, or excuse me, once you publish your website, it will automatically create your live database, and then you can actually access your live database from your dashboard, and I'll show you that at the end of the video. But for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to preview and show you with our sandbox data. Bam, just like that. Top 5 underrated Wix apps. Bada bing, bada boom, you've got a streaming service right there. People can watch your videos. I know it's not an initial, ideal, custom streaming service, and it depends what you're going for, but if you're going for a more MVP makeshift style to get started, this works perfectly fine. Okay, so now you've got that. That is one method to creating your streaming website here on Wix. The other is very easy. What you're going to do is you're going to go to Add Apps, and you're going to go to the Wix App Market. You're going to type in video, and then you're going to see Wix Video. You're going to click that. It's going to give you a little description. You'll click Add to Site. Alright guys, so we've added our Wix video to the website, and this is the other method you can use. So Wix video is very easy to use. You can even live stream from Wix video. And if we click on it, you could click settings, and you could come in here and you can manage the different settings, design aspects, stuff like that. But where it really happens is manage videos. And this is where you can actually add videos. Now, this would give you a much more official type of streaming feel. It really would, other than the custom method. But the custom method just gives you more control over the page design, how you want it to look. You're kind of built into a box a little bit when it comes to design within Wix Video, but granted, it gives you much more capabilities. It's easier to use. You see you have 15 gigabytes max per videos, or you can paste them from YouTube, however you'd like to do that. And what you would do is you would add all your videos here. You can see you can also live stream, and you can go live right now, schedule an event, and you can also create multiple channels, kind of like Netflix does, documentaries, comedies, romances, stuff like that. And you could create multiple channels and have multiple videos in that channel. And then they'll all filter through to right here in your Wix Video app, and you can change up the design of this. That's the quick and dirty, real easy, Wix already built an integration type of way, and there is nothing wrong with that way at all. In fact, you could even build it to a way to where you're charging people to get access to this content, to be able to watch it, whether it's a monthly subscription or a per video type of deal, which is another cool way of going about it. And again, it's already built in, it's already integrated. So that's the other easier, quicker way to do it. But I wanted to show you both ways, so that way you got a very good understanding of the control you have with both. So I'm going to X out the Wix Video way. I'm going to head back over to our custom way. And the last thing I wanted to end with is if we press publish, because I want to show you this, how this works. The live database is you can actually access the live database from your dashboard. So if I go to my sites and I go into the database for the site we just did, we'll go here to my site. I'll show you how this works. And you go down to Content Manager. You will see our videos database. But you'll notice that nothing is currently in live. So what we have to do is we have to go back to our sandbox, but we have to go to the editor in order to access sandbox. And we would go back to our Content Manager. And then what we would do, and this is a very, very important aspect here, is you are then going to see sync sandbox to live. So we're able, and this is if you want all of the data that's in your sandbox database to go to live. Otherwise, what you could do is you can just do all of your uploading of videos straight into live, so that way the moment you put it in here, you don't have to sync anything. It goes live onto your website. The sandbox is really merely used more for testing purposes and making sure your functionality is there and available. The live is where you want to post once you're ready for it to go live. But if you don't, you would simply click sync sandbox to live. You would sync the one item that we have, sync items, continue syncing, and then it go ahead, went over to live. If we toggle back to live, we see bam, it's there. And if we refresh here on our live, we'll see in just a second that it is there. Just one moment, bam, it's there. And that's how it works. And that's how that live database works. So guys, if this video helped you out and you learned how to at least build the framework of a streaming service in Wix, please drop a thumbs up down below. Comment if you've got any questions whatsoever. And hey, remember, this is my last official video recording here on this channel while in college. So let's get a thumbs up for that as well. And lastly, don't forget to click that subscribe button and turn those bell notifications on, because you're not going to want to miss any content upcoming on the channel. And also, you'll plug into the largest Wix training community on the internet. That's a pretty awesome place to be. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate all of your support through the years, and I appreciate your continued support as we jump into this next chapter together. Thank you guys again. I'll catch you on our next one.